and thank you for joining us here on Determined Living. Today I have my wife Lisa with me once again, and today we want to bring to you a motivational Monday quote, something for you to reflect on and think about, and that is Mahatma Gandhi said this. He said, "Real wealth is health and not pieces of gold and silver." So we're going to share with you just a couple thoughts that we might have regarding that quote today. We'd love to hear from you. Feel free to drop your ideas in the comments area below. And otherwise, here we go. So, my sweet, what are your thoughts, first of all, when you hear that quote? Real wealth is health and not pieces of gold and silver.
Well, I think of like when people are having babies and they say it doesn't matter about the sex of the baby, if it's a boy or a girl, but as long as it's healthy. So I think that from wee little, when we're starting our families and everything, that's one of the big concerns for ourselves, for our children, as long as they're healthy. So it doesn't matter, rich, poor, blue eyes, brown eyes, whatever that might be, but we just want everybody to be healthy. And for me, that's impactful because I know I could lose a lot more weight to meet my BMI and that type of thing, but I just want to be healthy. So eventually there's going to be a point where I'm going to decide whether I feel comfortable, am I healthy with what I'm doing, and not necessarily have that goal of where I need to be according to the doctors. So that's kind of where my thoughts are with that.
Sure, absolutely. And for me, I think of a couple things. First off, I think of, my inspiration for wanting to begin losing weight in the first place was when we became grandparents. And so for our little grandson, Owen, I decided I needed to be healthier so that we could spend time and enjoy things with him. So I keep him in mind as my motivation in order to lose the weight and keep the weight off. And, in terms of the quote, real wealth is health, for me, thinking of Owen, it doesn't matter how much money we have. That does not give us more time with Owen. Whereas if I take care of myself, I lose the weight that I need to, and I maintain that weight, nothing in life is guaranteed, but that's certainly going to be a step forward in having better health, which means more time with him and other grandchildren that we'll have here in the future.
And not necessarily more time, but you're able to do things. Like
Absolutely.
now you can get on the floor and play with him, or you can go hiking in the mountains, you could go kayaking. There's so many other things that you can do that it's because you're healthy now instead of just sitting on the couch on a Sunday afternoon.
Sure.
You're wanting to go to the park and do those types of things. So I think that's a point of that too. Not just that you live longer, but you're able to enjoy more things than what you were able to before.
And I agree. And my second thought was going to be just that.
Yeah.
We are big Disney people. We love Walt Disney World. We now go a couple times a year. We're part of the Disney Vacation Club. And, that again is something that we will now be able to enjoy for years to come with Owen and any other future grandchildren that we have. I would much rather Lisa and I be able to run around the parks, chase Owen around. If he wants to ride a ride, yes, let's do it. Let's go for it. Not pop. I don't ride rides. Somebody's got to take pictures and all. But no, we want to be able to enjoy that time together with him and his family, and do whatever he wants to do. So yes, being healthy, being able to walk around the parks and such. If you've ever been on vacation, not necessarily Disney World, but anywhere, a lot of times vacations include a lot of walking. And so when you're overweight and not feeling good about yourself and not feeling good physically, that makes walking around a theme park very difficult.
And some theme parks, Disney's very flexible for height and weight, and if you're a larger person or a taller person, you'll be able to ride those rides. But some theme parks you can't. So this will help with that as well, because if he wants to go to Hershey Park, Nana can now ride rides with him, or if it's Sesame Street place or some place like that, I'll be able to, stand in line with him and take him on those rides and spend that day with him instead of saying, no, let's do something else when, this might be something that he really wants to do, or any of the grandchildren for that matter.
Exactly. And even here locally, we have what's called Sky Zone. It's a huge room of nothing but trampolines. They have trampolines where you can just bounce around. They have different games set up, but everything is bouncing on those trampolines. And, I'm excited and happy to say that if Owen wants to go to Sky Zone, both Nana and Pop Pop can get in there and jump with him now, because we meet the weight requirements. And for a lot of people, sadly, they would walk into a place like that with children or grandchildren, and after reading the weight restrictions, they may not be able to do that. Whereas, we have now both hit weight goals that would allow us to do such things. So again, more time spent with Owen, fun time, we're healthy, we're able to be active with him, and that's one of our goals. So real wealth is health and not pieces of gold and silver. Think about it. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully you find this information helpful. We've enjoyed doing the video together. I'm glad she's joined me. Lisa's done a couple now with me together, and looking forward to lots more videos in the future. So stay tuned. If you have not already, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We hope you'll join us again for future videos. Have a great
wonderful
day.
week.
Yep. Bye now.